Well, hello everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. It's so good to see you. How's everyone? Guess what? I had another birthday. Yes, your girl is a year older, and I am so excited because the alternative is not good. So I am thankful for another year of life. So, look, welcome to Educational Moments with Dr. Naita. Yes, I have another great topic lined up tonight. We are talking about family dynamics and sharing strategies for family engagement. Yes, family engagement. The kids are out of school now, and, or kids, you are out of school. And what are you doing this summer? Are you hiding away from the rest of the family? Are you're busy on your world, your parents are busy in their world, or your roommates are busy in their worlds? What's going on? Come out those rooms. Let's get together and let's have some fun. So, this is what we're talking about tonight. And guess what? I brought her back. Yes, I did. Our very own resident expert, Miss Sandra D. Johnson, will be joining us tonight. So, look, grab some paper, get a pen or a pencil, okay? Share this link and let everyone know that Dr. Naita and Miss Sandra D. Johnson are in the house, and come right back. All right, we're back. We're back. So I'm so glad you're here. So look, without delay, I'm bringing her in. Come on in here, Miss Sandra. Get in here, lady. How are you? Woo!
Hey, hello,
We're,
hello.
we are so glad that you are here with us this evening. How's everything going?
Very good. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad to be here. Happy belated birthday to
Thank
you.
you, Kim. Thank you. I am trying to make sure that everything is good on Facebook, that we are rocking, and I am hearing us. So let me pull it up over here. So, anything new going on in your world? Anything exciting going on?
Well, we are continuing to develop new opportunities and some new creative things are coming in the works. We hope to have them completed by the close of the summer, but we're working on an emotional wellness kit for the family. So
Awesome.
have some resources that are handy that they can put their hands on and have some fun with it while helping their emotional and mental health. So that's one of our newest projects that we're working on. So thanks for checking in on that.
Absolutely. That sounds wonderful. So keep us posted, please. Keep us
Yes, we
posted.
will. We will.
All right. Well, look, let's set it up. As I said before, the kids are out of school, or some are busy and some are not so busy. Okay. And the bottom line is everyone seems to be in their own micro world. So tonight I wanted to kind of discuss some more family empowerment, family engagement activities. So, look, one of the biggest struggles hindering family engagement is those power struggles that occur in families.
Yeah.
Now, I know that to be a fact, but I was just blown away when I happened to read it in this great little book right here called Strategic Parenting for the 21st Century, authored by none other than our own resident expert, Sandra D. Johnson. Woo-woo.
Yeah. Thank you. Props.
And you talk about power struggles and how they impact family, family dynamics. Can you talk about it a little more here?
Yes. Thank you. So, we talk about the power struggle idea, and especially I love that we're talking about it during this summer season,
Mhm.
because here we are in the midst, which again everybody's let's go, let's do, but we also want to remind everybody, let's be COVID conscious in the process, right? Which
Mm-hmm.
is stressful. So we are entered into the summer, and the summer can be fun. It can be a time of relief, but it can be very stressful. And that power struggle piece comes about, I believe, because both parties, everybody, let's say everybody in the family,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to communicate or deal with things from a different perspective from the other person. So you have one perspective, I have one perspective, and so the goal is to accomplish such and such. Well, I see such and such as to the left, and you're
Mm-hmm.
coming at it from the right.
Yeah.
Now if you're the parent, you then sometimes will take on this mantra as if to say, I know better because I've been here longer.
Yeah.
That's not always a good thing, okay?
Right.
Because it's going to create a power struggle. It's going to create you do it my way because I know better. Well,
Mm-hmm.
your young person might have a different way, and it might be better. So we need to, first of all, just become more aware of,
Mm-hmm.
what is going on, what are we going through, what are we trying to accomplish, and does it matter who leads the way in the thing that we accomplish, right?
That's right.
So it's like parents sometimes just really need to be willing to yield the right of way, right?
Can I
And
say something right there?
yeah,
Because you said a mouthful. We have to be willing to let our kids lead because one day they will be the leaders and the decision makers.
yeah,
And they need to stretch those wings. They need to develop that leadership muscle. And what would be a better place to develop that leadership muscle, but right here in your own home,
that's right.
where if they mess up, we're here. Where
That's
the
right.
family is there to catch them, to protect them,
Right.
which is different than when they are supervisors on a job and when they are the team leads on a big project.
Right.
So yes, absolutely, that we have to relinquish some of that power
Yeah.
so that they can develop their leadership muscle. Very good. Great point. Keep going. I didn't mean to cut you off, but
No,
that's
that is
it.
wonderful. You're totally vibing with me, and that's what we have to do, right?
What we do. Yes.
Definitely. So as we're, again, yielding that right away, being willing to let them lead and creating again that safe place to learn about leadership and building my character and understanding that what, it's okay, mom's got to say, dad's got to say, it's okay if we don't get our way,
Mhm.
because that's what's happening too in that power struggle. Everybody wants their way. Parents are just more sophisticated at hiding it. Let's go ahead and be honest, right? The
Mhm.
adult is more sophisticated in disguising, I want my way. See, because
Right,
the
right.
child or the young person is usually having a temper tantrum about it. But you know what? That's usually because their development. It's not
Mhm.
because of anything ill, it's because of they're just not developed as enough. So because we're more developed and we have more of our faculties in place, we're being dominating in our mannerisms because we want our own way. We believe our way is the right way. So
You know,
processing, and so you see, I'm coming at the same thing, another angle. I'm coming back right to it because we as adults, man, we have got to deal better with this because our goal is to have a different narrative, right? To have a
mhm.
new improve. We want to work on how do we get things better? Power struggles can be normal, but most times, meaning I would say we should expect them. You
Mhm.
expect a power struggle because I'm dealing with another human, right? So, but it's also a growing time. So,
Right.
are we using it as a time to grow more mature, to grow more healthy, or are we growing bitter? Are we growing angry? Are we just like, I'm gonna stick my heels in and I'm just not gonna budge? And again, the adult plays that role as, well, I'm the parent. I'm the
Mhm.
parent. And
Mhm.
I'll keep saying this as many times as you bring me on the show, right?
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
this is the only job that has to be announced your position on a regular basis. The only job, and you like the bank manager never says, I'm the bank manager. I'm the bank manager. No, they just go ahead and be the bank manager. So if we can just be the parent, right? Or
Yeah.
and carry our roles as mom or dad or auntie, grandmother, the carry the role well, we shouldn't
Mhm.
have to continue to announce it
Mhm.
because the announcing also can be a trigger for a power struggle. It
Mm.
implies you always feel threatened about your
Mm.
position, right?
Wow.
So, and I'm going to sprinkle some gold dust on a gold nugget. Watch this.
Okay. Okay.
So, the gold dust that I want to sprinkle has to do with the fact of when we talk about being, the parent,
Mhm.
that is a position.
Wow.
Your parenting role should not go into adulthood with them.
Okay.
Mom goes into adulthood. That title goes, but the role of parent really has an expiration on it
Mm.
because we should not be parenting adults,
Mhm.
right? So again, as I grow in my maturity, that young person says to mama or daddy, right? Or that a parental, you need to remember I'm grown, right? So that's now we got they go, right? Because all their life they've been wanting to be you.
Wow.
They've been
They're in
wanting
their
to be the
role. In
person,
their
right?
role.
They've
Yes.
been wanting to be the person with that position because of the authority that it holds,
Mm.
right? So again, that's all of that stuff is hidden in the power struggle. It
Mhm.
has all these different layers, and the layers just get tangled. So you picture a rope, and what's happening is it's a tug of war, is what
Mm.
is happening with that. And so I either say it in the book or I've said it some other talks. We really have to start thinking about why are we struggling for power?
Mm.
Why do I need to have power over someone else's life? And
Mhm.
that's why I feel that positionally, you can't take parenting into adulthood.
Mhm.
So that
Right.
so right, because all of us get to that place where we're like, I want to make my own decisions. I want to
Mhm.
decide when I go to bed. I want to decide when I get up. I want to decide how I use my
Right.
money. Right?
Right.
All
Right.
of those things are a beautiful part and the fun part of growing up and being an adult. And we're gonna mess up. We're
Right.
gonna we're gonna make
Yeah.
some unwise choices, but all that's a part of development as well.
Absolutely.
So that power struggle has
Yeah.
all these different layers that
Mhm.
definitely need to be unpacked and discussed within families. But I think the parent has to begin to think about being strategic, right?
Mhm. Right.
Processing this role of I don't need to try to be their parent. I need to still be mom, still be
Mhm.
dad. I keep that title, but my
Mhm.
positioning
Mhm.
does get adjusted.
It shifts again. It shifts. Like we talked about flanking. Flanking.
Flanking.
I just received a message. Someone said, my mom needs to hear this. Yeah. And this is from a almost 40-year-old man. So
Yes.
that's something. But when you were talking about how the power struggles and how adults seem to mask it a little bit differently, they don't necessarily fall on the floor and have temper tantrums. This is true. However, we see adults still have tantrums because I
They do.
remember as a child there was a little, I don't know what, like a plaque that was in the kitchen, and it said, "If Mama ain't right, I mean, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody
Nobody
happy.
happy. Yeah, that's
Okay.
right.
And that's a temper tantrum.
It
That's
is.
an example of a temper tantrum.
It
When
is.
everybody's trying to sleep and mama down in the kitchen slamming pots and pans.
Right.
Okay, that's a temper tantrum. That's a temper tantrum. So that
and,
was very interesting. You know
and
what? That topic could be a show by itself.
it can. And I want to speak to mama. I
Okay.
want to speak to mama in the kitchen with them pans. You need to put them pans down and go to bed, because all you're going to be doing is complaining. Let me tell you, I don't want no stew made with no complaining spirit on top of it. It's going to end up
Mm.
messing up my digestive system. You know what?
Give me gas. Come on, indigestion.
I'm gonna get gas. Cause mama in there, she mad, she huffing and puffing. You're right. We do
Uh-huh.
it. We do it as adults. We try to disguise it and be all sophisticated with them temper tantrums, but they are still wrong. They are still very wrong. So thank you for hitting that,
Yeah.
because still staying in the summer, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I want to highlight as a practical thing that can help with these power struggles, especially with um, what's going on in the summertime. We know that our kids have a different schedule in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say they need it. They
Okay.
need it. And I think they need it more now than they've ever needed it before, because we're bringing children now through a COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
And it's one thing for us with our sophisticated selves to think we over here, we know we having a hard time.
Mm-hmm.
And want about 15 vacations. So from all of it with a stimulus check.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
I want a tax break. I got no kids. So, we want all of these different things.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine what is happening inside of them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're having to go through this with us. And so I just want to make one practical thing with
Okay.
allow the kids to have a break.
Okay.
Allow them to have a break this summer. And that's going to be, again, going back to mama with those pans. The relaxation that we can get from our kids, our young people, whether it's in whatever level of the relationship we have, the relaxation should be a good motivation for us adults to chill out. We need to relax. You done got another message to
She
us.
said, if mama ain't happy, then find something to clean up.
Right. We cleaning, re-cleaning. Yeah, I remember growing up, right? You just, all these things have to be done. And it's like, really?
Mm-hmm.
All of that's got to be done today? No, you just need for me to be busy because you're busy.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times that's not a good thing. Their
Right.
minds are not set for that yet. They're still developing. Their brain is still developing. So the relaxation is so important, and they can be a healthy trigger for us to say, you know what, I don't have to be doing all this extra stuff. Why don't I just decide to do some things differently in the summer with them? Since I have kids in my home, let me adjust some things. There's some things we can adjust. Sometimes we just don't want to because we don't want to upset our routine,
Mm.
right? So
Yeah.
we're so set in our ways. Now, all of that does what? Contributes to that power struggle. It's going to come back to make a deposit into the power struggle,
Yeah.
because mama has her agenda, and that's teenage son or that teenage daughter. Mm-mm. Their agenda is video games, sleep,
Mhm.
eat,
And eat.
sleep,
Yeah.
sleep, and,
Yeah.
and eat and sleep.
Right.
So
And they need it. And they need it.
there's
Yeah.
a lot of right. They need, especially when we talk about this sleep factor, we
Yeah.
do have to keep in mind they're still developing.
Absolutely.
So they do need more sleep, and and really we should be happy with that because it's quiet.
Right. Yeah. If they sleep, they're not in trouble. They're not tearing up
Right.
anything.
Let them sleep. Let that bear sleep. So why are we messing with them?
So
Um,
look, you spoke in your book about a lot of different things. So I'm just looking at chapter 1 for right now.
yes.
And you spoke about um, laying aside failures and
Uh,
amplifying successes. And I really think that this summer, especially, having gone through COVID, a lot of kids, some kids did well in the online environment. Many did not.
yeah.
They just didn't do well. And then, of course, during the summer, it seems like, those final report cards come in and grades are good and everything. But I think we need to kind of focus on what you were saying about lay aside some of these failures and amp up some of these successes. Can you speak to that for a moment?
Yes, absolutely. My first thing to say about it is how many of us want our failures or weaknesses constantly being reminded of them?
Absolutely
And
not.
and again, as adults, we can be creative with, saying stuff like, yeah, I hope that you're not gonna waste your summer like you did the last few years,
Exactly. Yeah,
right?
we
So
brought
all
it up. Yeah.
all they hear is waste. All I do is waste. I have
Mhm.
nothing productive. So my challenge to the parent would be, let's amplify some success by speaking life. So if I if I really want to see life, I probably should start speaking life. So that statement I just made, a better way to say it is going to be, you know what? I am very excited about the growth you will have this summer.
Yeah.
Okay. And so then what are we focused on? Growth. I heard
Mhm.
growth. I heard
Mhm.
she believes in me. I heard, you know what she just did? She did validation versus condemnation. You validated me because you recognize I am here. I am important. I mess up like everybody else, but you didn't highlight what my weaknesses are. You're giving
Mhm.
me something to reach toward. So being creative with it and just even saying, hey, so I saw your grades. It looks like you put in the things you needed to put in. Talk to me about one goal that you have for the summer that is an academic goal.
Mhm.
Excuse me. One goal that's about your personal health and development. One goal that's going to help you to become more disciplined. Let them begin thinking through that and owning it. So I don't think, especially with the older ones. Now, of course, our younger ones, you got to help them a little bit more. But the older ones, those teens and young adults, our college, we need to be getting them to stir their own pot, right? They need
Right.
to be deciding, oh, you're right. You know what? I saw that I had
Mhm.
this grade, whatever the grade is. Let's
Mhm.
say it was a B, but
Mhm.
they know that they can do an A. But
Mhm.
because everything was so extra stressful, and we're
Mhm.
still just trying to, all of us, trying
Mhm.
to find our way, you now can challenge them by saying, tell me what you want to do to bring that grade up. Because
Mhm.
that parent has got to understand that grade is not about you. That's about
Right.
them.
Right.
It's
Right.
theirs. The
Right.
last time I checked, it's their name on the college degree,
That's
not
right.
mama's and daddy's.
But
So
so many parents are caught up in their kids' success and that their kids' grades and it is a reflection of them. And it's not. It's really not,
it's not.
and but you do, it's easy to get caught up in that, especially when you're looking at Facebook and you're seeing other people and they're posting their kids, oh, my child got all A's and all that. And then you may, you internalize that. But we have to push away from those Facebook pages because people don't share the whole story.
They don't.
They don't share the whole story.
Yeah,
So go ahead.
because truth be told, Boo Boo could have paid somebody for them grades. Okay,
Right.
so
Yeah.
let's go ahead and be honest. That's where we live too.
Mm-hmm.
So we shouldn't get all caught up in that. Which
Mm-hmm.
again then goes back really to some things that are unresolved in the adult, the parent.
Right.
There's some
Yeah.
things unresolved. So even as we talked about the power struggle, we've got to begin taking a look. Why is this such a major issue for me?
Mm-hmm.
Is it me feeling like, if they don't accomplish this, I'm so concerned about what someone else is going to say, instead of being more concerned,
Mm-hmm.
how does your young person feel about accomplishment?
Right.
Do you even know what they like? Do you
Mm-hmm.
even know what is on their mind when it comes to what does success look like to them? What
Exactly.
does, right? So we think something might be a failure, and they look at it and say, you know what? I didn't think that was a failure at all.
Mm-hmm.
I put everything I
I
wanted to
worked
put
for
in
that.
there.
I worked for
Yes,
that, B. I worked for that,
I
C.
work for that. That's
Yeah.
right. Good statement,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Yep.
so again, if that's the best they want, the best they do, you go ahead and encourage that and be like, that's because it is on them. It's
Right.
yours. And
Right.
and just say, hey, let me know how I can support you through this.
Exactly.
And it's like you can present an idea, but not a demand. Again,
Mm-hmm.
especially as they've gotten older, because I'm trying to help you to transition. I'm trying to help you not be so attached. I don't need to be as attached to
Right.
what your grades are because I have my own identity. You
That's
know,
it.
I'm going to tell you something. I just, I think I end up dealing with it, but I haven't stopped and named it. But I think a lot of in the past when we've always talked about and heard about this um what is this syndrome that they talk about, the empty nest syndrome,
Okay. Emptiness. Yes.
right? And we know that, like, what's that?
I enjoy mine.
Right. But how it's been highlighted like so many people struggle. And I think a lot of that struggle has to do with they have never worked on their personal identity as a parent, as an adult, as someone who says, I am investing in this young person to be an adult. That means independent, on their own, out, doing
Yes.
what they have to do. And so the some of the ones, that may struggle with it is they're still like, as you said, their identity is based on,
Wrapped up in their child.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, you have to start, start cutting those ties.
yeah,
And it goes back to the point we must allow our kids to room
yeah,
to lead their own lives. And
yeah,
leading their own lives means I have a life of my own, that
yeah,
they don't have to sit up and worry about me because I'm not worried about you. We're there for each other if we need each other, but live
yeah,
your life. Live
yeah,
your life. Live your
absolutely.
life. And we've given them the strength and the tools that they need so that they can do so. So
Yes.
let's talk about family engagement and how some strategies on how to get, our young people involved and engaged in different things because, you speak about in the book, you speak about, it's funny because you call it get on the welcome list. But I said, just be honest. Would you invite you to be around you?
Mm.
Would you invite you?
Oh, yes, I would
Mhm.
personally.
Okay, I know I would. That's fun. You
I
can
am.
have some fun with me.
Right.
So, but are
Yeah.
you that parent? Are you always so nasty and bitter and everything the person does, you cutting them
That's it.
down? How can you get on? How can you encourage family engagement and you're the negative one all the time? So I want to share. You share that. Talk
Well, I'm
to
going to tell you, I love it. I'm going to tell you what I wrote. And it's
us.
beautiful that you've already said it. And so here's how I said it. I said we have to invite them to do things without assuming they won't do it, right? Because that's a lot of what happens. Oh, they're not going to do it. They don't want to do it. So
Mm-hmm.
I put down here 2 points, probably more than two, but I'll share these two immediately. A lot of times, our young people, they don't know what they're missing because we have been here longer, and so we can say, hey, let's do this activity, and I ain't interested in that, and that might happen, but go ahead and have them come anyway, right? And we're going to talk about how to be creative with that. But when you said that part about that, would you want to be on your own welcome list, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I made a note and I said, now, if you, the parent, are going to be negative during the whole event, the whole shopping trip, the whole store experience, mall experience. We got to stop by the office, whatever it may be. I said, I don't want to go with you either. So don't invite me, right? Because it's like, you're the problem. And we have to start looking at that. So like when we think about, again, a lot of the stuff that I end up dealing with as a family coach can be where the parent is frustrated with 101 different things, but it's the person they have immediate access to that has to deal with it. You're not, again, I'm looking at Facebook, right? And oh, this made me mad. I can't believe she said that. Da, 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 da. And here comes little Stevie. And little Stevie, sit down. Shut up. You getting on my nerves. Stevie wasn't the problem. It was Keisha that put that note up on Facebook, and you upset with Keisha. You can't tell Keisha because she's just a Facebook person.
Right. She may or may not be real.
May not even be real. Keisha might be James, who disguised, right? All kind of stuff is going on the internet. We know it.
Yeah.
But Stevie is live and in person. And he needs you. And you're taking out this ugliness. And then you're like, well, let's go get some ice cream. That's all right. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm gonna go ahead and do Call of Duty because I can control that environment. I can't control the one with you.
Wow.
And that is scary, right?
That is. Cool.
So we're losing a lot of engagement because we come at stuff with this unnecessary aggression. I mean, I've heard people, parents, walk in the door from their jobs. You don't even say hello to your family. You start barking at them from the door.
Who left the shoes in the living room? Why aren't these dishes washed? Why the TV so loud? Yeah.
Why are these lights on?
That one. That one.
Because I couldn't see. Don't talk back.
It was dark in here. We just had a thunderstorm. Oh, wow. That's funny.
So again, like you said, being on that welcome list, man, that welcome list is important. It is absolutely important. So more about engagement, I would say, again, I want to encourage the parents, though we're having a great time laughing about some of the things that we remember. Or that could be examples of some tough stuff that happens. We got to be creative with our invitations when it comes to engagement. So I had thought about how, some things, call them by different names. So call it an appointment, call it an opportunity. Say to them, hey, I want to do an exploration today, or I want to do an adventure. And so like something I thought was, say to your young person, hey, I have an appointment with a genius today, and I'd like for you to go with me. And they go with you, and they, some time goes by, and then they look at you and say, I thought you said you had an appointment with a genius. I did. It was you.
Yeah, I love it.
Right?
I love it.
Doesn't that change the whole dynamic? You're not going to have a power struggle. You're not going to, oh, wow, my mama's never called me a genius. My dad's never called me a genius before. It changes the whole situation. And all of a sudden, again, now what? You start calling me this name, I can walk in that.
Yes, I can embrace that. Yes.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you another quick one is when we start saying, you say to them, hey, I want to go dream shopping with you. Let's go and look at different things and dream. I'm going to tell you something that is concerning me as a family coach is I'm coming up against some of these young people. They're not dreaming. They're not, they're just, and again, it's scary because it's like, All of us need to be dreamers for something nice and big and different. I think I asked one young person, I said, do you have a dream car? And he's like, no, I don't. He just, and again, it was
Wow.
like, for for him, why? Why would I need that? Now, some of them feel like they're going to always be chauffeured around because they have grown up in Uberville. So they believe that a car, but you got some that are like, yeah, I want to be an Uber, but only certain types. I'm not getting in nobody's dirty car. I want that car to be nice. I want it to be $100,000 car. Again, that means they have some type of dream and expectation and hope. So, how many parents are asking about that? Are you asking about your young people's dreams and hopes and desires? And just ask. Don't try to solve it. Don't, because here's how we spoil it. They say, oh, well, I dream that I want to be able to be an entrepreneur. I want to have, I want to have money coming. I want to have bank. What do they say? Bag. They want to be able to have a bag, right? And what we do is come with, well, you're gonna have to start getting up early. You're gonna have to do these extra.
Right.
We
That's it.
totally crush it, right?
Yeah.
And then what happens? They take us off the welcome list. You're not welcome in my space because you
Mhm.
come in with negativity.
Ooh. Wow. Wow. Let that sit in for a minute. That you're not invited into the space because you bring so much negativity.
Yeah,
And even though what you're saying may be a truth statement, is how it's said. It's the words that you choose to use
yeah,
that crush their dreams.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
You said a mouthful right there.
yeah.
Wow. Wow. Do we have any comments or anything on from the says doesn't look like it? Trying to see people will comment afterwards, but let me just refresh just to make sure I'm not missing
All
anything.
right.
Wow, that was that you said a lot right there. So with that, look, let's take a real quick commercial break and honor our sponsors right now. And the sponsor, of course, this week, because I am really pushing this. The sponsor is me. Let
Yay.
me hide that and hide this last note. And the sponsor this week is me. It is my Fight to Smile campaign. My Fight to Smile campaign. We now have our own shirts. Yay! They are now
Yay.
available. So you can always go to my website at www.drnaita.com. And here's a little preview of what Fight to Smile is all about. Yay! Fight to
Nice.
smile, fight to smile.
Nice.
So you can join me on YouTube, you can join me on Facebook, and you can join me on my website. I also have a live stream on Tuesday nights for the ladies. It's called Reflections. It's career mind. It's a show for career-minded women where we just talk about the real issues that are going on in the workplace and in our careers. So, with that being said, I cannot believe we ran out of time a long time ago. But the topic has been so good. The discussion has been so good. Do you have anything that you'd like to share with our viewers? Do you have any products you'd like to share before you give your final thoughts for the night?
The products are what you have been talking about. Go ahead, you have it right there. That's that. I want to push that. I want it in every household.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter what the age group is. I think it has some important features, especially for those of us who just work around young people. how we interact with them, because we do have parental type roles for the time that they interact with us, from being their teachers, staff members around them, as well as our parents and grandparents and adults who just love young people.
Excellent, excellent. Give me your website.
It is the Madisel, Madisel group.com. The Madiselgroup.com. Yes. Go there, check it out, look around, hang around, sign up, push the buy it here button, all of that. You can see
Absolutely,
it.
absolutely. So we, close this out. What are your final thoughts for the evening?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I love this topic, most definitely. So when we talk about engagement, we talk about the summertime, we talk about family, beautiful phrases. Those words alone are great.
Yeah.
So I would highlight, really, it was the question, or centered around this question: who are they? I need for us as adults and parents who love our people
Mhm.
to understand they are individuals, and um and we have to stop acting like we know them so well. Young people are mysterious, and I think it's really a beautiful thing. And this is what they they want from us, and they never ask it really. In normal routine of life, they want us to find out more about them.
Mhm.
So the strategy for a parent is to get to know them where they are, not being able to say, "Oh, I already know what you're thinking. I already know everything about you." How is it that we can know everything about another individual? We really can't. The only person we have to master
It's
is
ourselves.
ourselves,
Yeah.
right? We know about the person in our shoes, and we're always learning about the person in our shoes because we're always growing and developing. So if you want to be on the welcome list, get to know your young person for who they are. And it's something you had said earlier about them thinking, having their own mind to think. And so one of the questions that I had created, that what if they don't believe the way you believe? Is
Mm.
there room for that in your home?
Wow.
Like, should we have to wait and find that out and when they leave and they post it on social media?
Wow. Wow.
All because we never asked and we never listened.
Wow. That's a lot. Wow. Woo! You dropped some nuggets tonight, sis. Wow, what an incredible, incredible discussion. So thank you as always for sharing your wisdom. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. This will, of course, be on Facebook. It's going to be on YouTube, and you are just so incredible. And I thank you. Thank you for being a part of Educational Moments. You are a part of this. So
Thank
thank you for being a part. Thank you so much, everyone. Give her some love. That is Miss Sandra D. Johnson. Don't forget
you.
the
That's
D.
right.
Okay. Don't forget the D. And we thank you tonight. And look, if you need, reach out to us, please follow her. She's on all platforms of social media. Go to her website. She's here for you. She's here for your family. And good night, everyone. Take care.
Good night.